food at their original location. Now it's here at their new location. Yes, the mac and cheese is absolutely incredible. This right here, the fried jerk chicken covered in their sticky sweet sauce. This is the dirty chicken, and it is so good. That right there is Chef Nicola Black of the Jerk Shack, a James Beard Award nominee. Congratulations to all the nominees here for 2023. The sweet potatoes, the greens, the ribs, everything on the menu out there is just phenomenal. That's the ribs right there, y'all. The Rasta pasta with the shrimp, the oxtails, and the egg rolls are exceptional. So much fun, so much creativity. There's a reason why she was nominated as one of the best chefs in Texas. I mean, just look at all this. I tell you what, go out there, enjoy yourself. Address on the screen, the Jerk Shack, an amazing spot to try some Caribbean-inspired food. And look at that, the oxtails. I'm not playing, y'all. That's the one to get. Y'all need to go try this fried jerk chicken and mac and cheese.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Justin Horn with a look at your forecast. We started off with some gusty winds this morning. It was pretty chilly. The winds are going to continue to subside, though, as we head into the afternoon, and it turns into a really nice day. Sunny skies, 67, just a little bit of a chill in the air, and that'll be the case tomorrow morning. 43 to start your Thanksgiving day, 66 for a high. Look for increasing clouds late in the day, and then we'll go cloudy on Friday, and then we'll move into probably some drizzle and shower activity as we get into Friday night, Saturday morning, maybe even a little bit of fog too. 60% chance of some light showers, rain Saturday. Strong cold front comes through Saturday night, and big changes Sunday. 55 for high, mostly cloudy. It'll be very windy too, and we'll start to really feel that chilliness on Monday with clouds rolling in, a chance of some showers at a high of only 49 on Monday. Some chilly mornings too coming up Tuesday and Wednesday of next week.
Toroko Sushi has a new location in San Antonio off Northwest Military Highway, and they're serving up all the delicious bites that you know and love from their Sonterra location, plus some new items. They have the rainbow roll. They're setting everything on fire out there. Fresh fish. You know they got the miso soup, different kinds of soups out there as well. Everything out there is so much flavor, and all of these rolls are made fresh, and they have great bites. That one right there, a crispy rice.
New at noon, a 17-year-old teen arrested for allegedly pepper spraying several people on the Riverwalk. Will tell you what led to her arrest.
Plus, another local woman faces charges for creating a fake online profile to harass a former friend. We're going to tell you what led to her arrest.
And doesn't it feel amazing outside? Cold front has made it feel a lot more like fall. Beautiful sunny skies. Hey, here's the thing. A lot of people are planning on setting up the Christmas lights over the next few days. I'll have a look at which day is best coming up.
Sarah, well, new in the last hour, more details on the suspect arrested for allegedly pepper spraying several people.
But we'll get to that in just a minute.
Let's start with weather. Let's go ahead and take a look outside with the winds. Winds are gusting from the northeast at about 20 miles per hour. You can see that those winds have calmed down. Earlier, we were seeing wind gusts of up to 35 miles per hour in San Antonio. So the winds are starting to calm. As we take a look at the rest of the day, notice that temperatures are about 15 degrees cooler than they were this time yesterday. So the high today will be 68. Sunny, very nice. And then take a look at how quickly we cool tonight. That's going to set up a chilly start to your Thanksgiving morning, but it'll be comfortable in the afternoon. Saturday, though, is going to be damp and drizzly. And then Sunday, a strong cold front arrives. We'll talk about how we adjusted the forecast to feature highs very, very cold early next week in just a bit. Courtney.
Here we go with the story. Thanks so much, Sarah. Well, new in the last half hour, more details on the suspect arrested for allegedly pepper spraying several people,
including a 3-year-old. So this happened on the Riverwalk about 2 weeks ago. 17-year-old Cassidy Trevino was charged this morning with injury to a child. Now, an arrest affidavit states that Trevino got into a fight with someone on a guided riverboat tour. This led to the suspect pepper spraying the victim, who uploaded a video to TikTok. Now, officials say Trevino was recognized by her probation an officer, which led to her arrest. Now, court records show she is currently facing a $110,000 bond.
Well, a local woman was arrested last night for allegedly creating a fake TikTok account. An affidavit obtained by KSAT says 24-year-old Hadiya Hashemi has been charged with online impersonation after making an online profile of a former friend last April. She posted images of the victim's face and body, as well as personal information and defamatory texts. When subpoenaed, TikTok revealed this account was created under the suspect's work email. Court records show she was released on bond this morning.
Well, a 28-year-old man riding a skateboard is now in critical condition after he crashed into a Jeep yesterday. So this happened on Rudderman Road on the city's northeast side yesterday afternoon. And San Antonio police say the man was skateboarding on the sidewalk when he failed to stop at an intersection and hit the passenger side of that Jeep, throwing him to the ground. The driver did stay to help until police got there. We were told the skateboarder was rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries.
New at noon, a woman is dead after being hit by a car while crossing the street. San Antonio police say it happened yesterday afternoon near Gevers and Rigsby Avenue. She was hit by a vehicle making a left turn and rushed to the hospital with serious injuries. The driver stayed at the scene, but that woman later passed away at the hospital. No one else was hurt in this crash. San Antonio police and Crime Stoppers have released the image of the vehicle they believe was involved in a deadly hit and run near Old Highway 90. You can see that picture on your screen right now. The family of the victim demanding to know what happened.
So it has been a week since 31-year-old Andrew Reyna died. Now, police say it was a white vehicle that hit Reyna around 5:30 in the morning. And after that crash, officers say that he was hit again by a second vehicle. That driver stopped and called 911. No arrests have been made in this case yet. That is why Andrew's mom is hoping someone with information will come forward.
Turn yourself in to say something. This isn't just a dog you hit. This is a man that had one baby.
The San Antonio Police Department is still investigating this crash, and you can submit a tip anonymously to police if you know anything. And we have the way to do that on our website at KSAT.com.
A former coach is now allowed to have supervised contact with minors after he was accused of secretly recording people undressing in his office. 35-year-old Armando Flores used to work at Holy Cross, where the recordings allegedly happened. Yesterday, he was granted a change to his bond conditions. The changes would also allow him to have unsupervised visits with his daughter. Flores faces 2 counts of invasive visual recording after investigators found files showing minors and adults on the recordings. He was released from jail in October and placed under partial house arrest.
The July 4th flood, families in Kerr County are still trying to get back on their feet.
One avenue they were hoping would help is the Community Foundation.
And through donations from across the state, across the country, and all over the world, the foundation has raised $100 million.
But families tell us that they don't feel the funds are being distributed fast enough. So Patty Santos helped track where some of that money has gone and what funds remain.
The Community Foundation of the Texas Hill Country says it's given or promised away $58 million in flood recovery. Here's the breakdown according to their website. $9.3 million has gone to supporting housing. That includes rentals, case management, and home construction. More than $4 million has been given to 12 groups, mostly churches, to financially help flood victims. $3.8 million went to businesses through local chambers. Money has also gone to support counseling and first responders. We did the math, and there's still money left to distribute. The Community Foundation says about $42 million. People still need it. Just yesterday, we told you the story of the Colliers who say they're still short on money to be able to move into their home. And last week, we spoke with a business owner who says money is not being distributed fast enough through the Community Foundation.
We have received a lot of the funding that we have received through the chambers has been from the Community Foundation. And that's, I mean, that we wouldn't be where we are today without that. But you can't stop. You've got to finish until the job's done.
I sat down with Jane Zirkle, who says money is going out weekly. Their committee is assessing needs now and trying to figure out a plan for needs in the future as well.
So is there a strategic plan right now to withhold or pause some of the funding.
Our advisory councils are meeting bi-weekly. They're assessing new proposals and new ideas as they come to us from different parts of the community, so that we know for sure that every need that we can meet, we're considering so that we can allocate funds to that need.
She says recovery happens a lot slower than everyone wishes it would.
Well, the Community Foundation says part of the funding is going towards river recovery as well. If you remember, Guadalupe is a big part of tourism in that area, and we will continue tracking these funds.
Well, coming up, more families are skipping turkey this Thanksgiving and adopting one instead. We're going to show you how you can save a feathered friend this holiday season.
Plus, if you're flying this Thanksgiving, TSA has tips on what food you can bring on board and what needs to go in your checked bag.
And gas prices in San Antonio have dropped about 23 cents a gallon this week. Up next, John Paul Barajas live with a breakdown of why experts say the prices could keep falling.
Alrighty, as we take a look outside in live cam, beautiful sunny skies in San Antonio, and it's much cooler than yesterday. Yesterday we were in the 80s, we're in the 60s right now. Here's some decent news for you. The aquifer is up 0.3 of a foot over the last 24 hours, but some bad news. Pollen count shows that molds are high past 1,900. I want you to take a look at your screen. Here's a look at the high temperatures. We're going to be in the 60s both tomorrow and Friday, and Saturday up into the 70s. Then a strong cold front brings some of our coldest weather of the season. You may be looking at Saturday's high of 70 and thinking, maybe that's a good day to hang up the Christmas decorations outside. But hold your horses. I'll have a look at your Christmas decoration forecast coming up.
1 week from today, December 3rd at 11 a.m., join KSAT Community Live for a town hall that could save you an extra headache this holiday season.
So I'm going to talk to some experts with RBFCU and the Better Business Bureau to share how to protect yourself, recover from scams, and also spot the most common holiday tricks. You can share your story at ksatcommunity.com, and your questions could be answered live in our town hall with all the experts. Well, if you haven't already, it is a good time to fill up this week, and that's because we're seeing some of the lowest Thanksgiving prices in San Antonio since 2020.
A Thanksgiving gift, if you will. Our John Paul Barajas is not in San Antonio right now. He's at a travel stop favorite, Buc-ee's in New Braunfels. Not a bad assignment today, JP. How busy is it, and what are gas prices looking like?
Courtney, Steph, I think any time of the year, any time of the day, there's usually a crowd at any Buc-ee's. But today, obviously, a little bit more crowded. But the Buc-ee's here is so large that even though there is busy, there's still plenty of gas pumps that have nobody there. So nobody's really having to wait around. And there's lots of lines of people filing in and filing out inside the Buc-ee's. Obviously, I had to stop inside already. Busy, as you can imagine. It's a madhouse in there, but what else would you expect at Buc-ee's? Now, according to the gas prices here at Buc-ee's, a regular is $2.53, and over in Bexar County, the average price is about $2.69 a gallon, and then it's a little lower in the state. The average is at $2.65. However, we're doing better than the national average, which is at $3.05. Now, Gas Buddy says the prices couldn't be better and that San Antonio is down an average of 23 cents a gallon in the last week, and that we're on the downward part of these price cycles that happen every couple of weeks.
For the most of the rest of the year, I do think we're going to continue to do this dance in San Antonio. Prices may drift to the mid $2 level, then they may shoot back up towards $2.75 or $2.85 a gallon or so. But for now, Thanksgiving looking rather good with some of the lowest Thanksgiving prices in San Antonio since 2020.
And you just heard from a Gas Buddy spokesperson, but coming up in the later evening newscast, we'll also hear from AAA because they're anticipating responding to 29,000 roadside assistance calls just in Texas this holiday. So we'll have some advice from them if you haven't left yet or for even when you return back after Thanksgiving. Guys, it's lunchtime and you guys are cutting into my snack time. I'm at Buc-ee's. I'm going to go ahead and toss it back to y'all.
Bring us some beaver nuggets.
Yes, JP.
Thank you. Well, it is Thanksgiving Eve and time is running out to get all the fixins for your holiday table.
But this year, as ABC's Sophie Flay reports, more Americans than ever seem to be adopting a turkey instead of eating one.
As families across the country prepare for Thanksgiving, more animal lovers are calling foul on the turkey tradition.
Oh, so handsome.
An increasing number of nonprofits from California to Michigan to Massachusetts say they're taking turkey off the table, letting families adopt a turkey instead. Many viewing it as a protest against what they claim are inhumane conditions on so-called factory farms.
Every year around Thanksgiving, we really highlight our turkey residents that you can sponsor. They are capable of creating those bonds of friendship with human beings, with each other, with other species. And I think it's important that we recognize that.
At this sanctuary in Colorado, you can save a turkey from the butcher block for $25. The donation even provides a holiday feast for your new feathered friend. Some farms are giving the turkeys holiday favorites like butternut squash and pumpkin pie. The adoptions are a name only, so no need to start building a backyard coop. Rescuers say the donations go toward the turkey's well-being on the farm. They'll even provide a photo of your new turkey pal for the Thanksgiving table in place of the traditional main course.
Turkeys, just like cats and dogs and other animals, have feelings, and we think they should be treated with kindness.
For the rest of America, an estimated 46 million turkeys will be consumed tomorrow. Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
Well, millions of us will be flying this Thanksgiving, and if you're planning to bring food, TSA actually has you covered. So you can pack baked goods, meats like turkey or ham, frozen or cooked or not, plus stuffing, casseroles, and mac and cheese in a pan. So you can do fresh fruits, veggies, candy, and spices are also good to go. But if you're bringing things in like glass or cans like cranberry sauce, gravy, or alcohol, make sure that they're in your checked bag.
Happening tomorrow on Thanksgiving, schools, banks, courthouses, and city offices will be closed. There will also be no mail service. CPS Energy offices and customer service centers will be shut down as well. There will be no garbage, recycling, or organic pickup until Friday. But plenty of stores are open, and some will try to attract customers with holiday sales. For more information on what's closed for Thanksgiving Day, you can check out sa.gov.
Plus, the San Antonio Food Bank is hosting its 16th annual Turkey Trot 5K. It's going to kick off at 8:30 in the morning. This is on South Florida Street. This is at the Commander's House at HEB Arsenal, and you can register up until race time, so you still have time. So every registration provides a turkey for a family facing hunger this holiday season. Of course, you can sign up on the Food Bank's website. I will be there.
Are you running?
I'll be there tomorrow morning.
I don't even know why we asked.
It's Stephanie's tradition.
It's a lot of fun.
You know, speaking of traditions, a lot of people like to hang up the Christmas lights after Thanksgiving. I'm going to put a big caution on that because the weekend weather is going to be kind of all over the place, okay? But if you want to, and a lot of us are not going to want to, if the decoration forecast for Thanksgiving is going to be great. It'll be sunny and pleasant in the 60s, but a lot of us are going to be more focused on that Thanksgiving meal. On Friday, setting up the outdoor Christmas decorations, the outdoor lights is going to be okay. It'll be cloudy and cool, but a lot of people were planning to do this on Saturday. That is not going to be a good day because it's going to be damp and drizzly, and you don't want to be climbing a ladder when there's drizzle outside. So Saturday is going to be a bad day for decorating. What about Sunday? Sunday is also not going to be ideal because it's going to be very windy and in the 50s, so kind of chilly and a blustery day on Sunday. That's because of a cold front. So again, I'm not telling you what to do. You can do whatever you want, but as far as a Christmas light forecast, putting up Christmas lights, Saturday is going to be an iffy day for that. Indoor decorating, though, should be perfectly fine. Outside right now, we are enjoying sunshine and much cooler weather than yesterday. It's 64 in San Antonio. Winds have started to calm down quite a bit. They're now just from the north at about 10 to 15. Earlier this morning, we were seeing wind gusts of up to 35 miles per hour. So looking at your KSAT 12-hour forecast the rest of the day, 67 for the high. Tonight is going to quickly become chilly. So even by 7 o'clock, we're already going to be in the 50s. And by midnight, we're going to be in the 40s. This is going to set up a chilly start to our Thanksgiving. So I want you to think about if you're planning on smoking a turkey or smoking a brisket tomorrow morning, getting out there early before sunrise, bring the jacket. It is going to be cold to start our Thanksgiving morning, in the 30s in the hill country, in the low 40s around San Antonio. But after that chilly start, we're going to have a lovely day. Temperatures will be in the 60s, partly cloudy skies, so a mix of sun and clouds. And then in the evening, we're going to see increasing clouds. And so this is what I want to start with, your travel home forecast. Maybe your friends and family are traveling home over the weekend, or you're planning on going out over the weekend. On Friday, it's going to be fairly cloudy across the entire state of Texas. Not too bad for travel. But by Saturday, we're going to start to see some dampness out there in the form of some drizzle around San Antonio and even some storms in North Texas, East Texas, because of this next system. This cold front that's going to be moving through on Sunday is going to be very strong, and I think it's going to cause some travel hazards across the nation. Severe storms east of the Mississippi, snowfall throughout a major airport hub there, Chicago O'Hare, on Sunday. So that's going to cause some travel headaches. And this front is going to make it cool and very windy on Sunday. We're only going to be in the 50s, very windy on Sunday. And then take a look at what happens to temperatures behind this front on Sunday. Our highs will only be in the 40s on Monday. Coming up, I've got to look at Thanksgiving's past and how this year will compare to the last 30 years.
All right. Thanks, Sarah. Coming up, Ukraine agrees to a lengthy peace plan after talks in Switzerland, with President Trump saying both sides are making concessions. We'll break down what's next.
Well, a major development in the push for peace in Ukraine. President Donald Trump now saying that he'll send his top envoy to meet with Vladimir Putin. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the latest.
This morning, a U.S. official says Ukraine has agreed to a lengthy peace plan after an apparent breakthrough during recent talks in Switzerland.
People are starting to realize it's a good deal for both parties if they got to stop the war.
President Trump on social media saying the original 28-point peace plan, which was drafted by the United States, has been fine-tuned with additional input from both sides, and there are only a few remaining points of disagreement. Among the changes to the original plan, a source says there's no longer a strict limit on the size of Ukraine's army. But among the issues still unresolved, how much land Ukraine surrenders to Russia. The first draft of the deal was criticized for heavily favoring Russia, but Trump last night claimed the Kremlin is now making sacrifices too, though he did not say what those may be.
They're making concessions. Their big concession is they stop fighting and they don't take any more land.
It comes as we learn how Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff may have brought Russia to the bargaining table. Bloomberg reports a transcript of a phone call shows Witkoff advised a Kremlin aide on how Vladimir Putin should pitch a peace plan to President Trump. Witkoff proposing that Putin called Trump to congratulate him on the recent peace deal in Gaza, and then tell Trump that he respects him as a man of peace. Witkoff saying after that, it's going to be a really good call.
And Trump now says he believes Witkoff will meet with Putin next week in Moscow to discuss the revised peace deal. Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner may also join him. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Still ahead at noon, new allegations that social media giants knew their platforms would harm teens but hid that research. We're going to break down the lawsuit and what companies are saying.
Plus, a Southside Resource Center is seeing more visitors from every zip code as food needs rise. They offer help with diabetes, computer skills, and resumes. We'll tell you how to help.
Alrighty, sunny skies over San Antonio and much cooler than yesterday, about 20 degrees cooler. Feels amazing, just in time for Thanksgiving, but the perfect weather has not always been the case for San Antonio over the last 30 years. Take a look at your screen. This is a look at Thanksgiving's history in San Antonio. Our warmest Thanksgiving ever was back in 2010 when we hit 83 degrees for the high. Our coldest was back in 2013 when we got down to 33, close to freezing. And our rainiest Thanksgiving was in 2000 when we saw more than 1.25 inches of rainfall. And yes, that's a Thanksgiving parade turkey right there. As for your Thanksgiving forecast this year, kind of in the middle, very nice. Chilly in the morning at 44, high temperature of 66 tomorrow. And then we see a pretty messy forecast for the weekend. By Friday night, we're going to mainly have some areas of drizzle, and that'll continue into Saturday. And even though rain chance on Sunday is low, we have a very strong cold front on the way that's going to make it feel like winter as we get into December. How cold will we go? Details soon.
Well, if you're headed out for the Thanksgiving holiday, KSAT has released its travel forecast for the next few days. So let's go ahead and start with some of our busier areas across the San Antonio and surrounding areas. Take a look here. This is the I-10 corridor. Basically, this is going to be forecasting our traffic from all of our folks in El Paso, but mostly headed out to Houston. If you're going to be going through Seguin, also Gonzales as well, we're going to have heavy traffic, basically from 11 o'clock in the morning all the way through 7 o'clock at night on Wednesday. Now, Thursday and Friday will be lighter traffic if you're going along I-10 in both directions, east and west. Saturday, we're going to get back to some moderate traffic, especially in the Houston area. And Sunday, again, most of our concerns are going to be heavy traffic from noon to 7 p.m. Again, coming to and from the Houston area. Everything coming out of the Kerrville and the Hill Country area should be good to go. Let's talk about 35, though, because we know 35 is going to be very busy as well. Obviously, we're going to have heavy traffic lasting through 8 o'clock Wednesday night for all of our drivers that are making their way north to Austin. Obviously, making it up to Waco, the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Thursday is going to be good to go, light traffic. Friday, though, moderate traffic from 11 o'clock in the morning to 8 p.m., mostly because we have that game, the Texas versus Texas A&M game, kickoff there at 6:30 in Austin, so we're going to see a lot of traffic there. Saturday will be moderate traffic if you're coming up and down 35, and Sunday, we're going to be back to heavy traffic, basically starting at 11 o'clock through 7 p.m. So just give yourself enough time. We're going to have all these times, these peak travel times available for you on our website, KSAT.com. Have a safe Thanksgiving holiday.
Thanks, RJ. Well, a woman is dead after she was hit by a car this morning in Guadalupe County. That crash happened around 6 a.m. on State Highway 123 and Russell Street. Now, according to Texas DPS, a Chevy Tahoe was traveling northbound when the person driving hit a 67-year-old woman. Now, she was pronounced deceased on the scene and later identified as Cindy Wytrak. At this time, DPS says it is not known if anyone will face charges.
Well, we are one day away from Thanksgiving. As many people prepare for a feast, they've already started Christmas decorating and shopping. But that increased traffic at shopping centers usually comes with an uptick in car break-ins. Our KSAT digital team created an interactive map with the data from the LexisNexis Community Crime Map to see what popular shopping destinations have seen so far.
Well, from the start of the year to November 20th, the Rim has seen 63 car burglaries or car break-ins, and South Park Mall had about 35. Now, the Village at Stone Oak had 31 and the Quarry 26, and River Center Mall had 18.
What goes through your head when you know that this time of year people are shopping for themselves or shopping for loved ones, and this is when sometimes criminals try and take advantage of people not being aware or just being in a rush?
Oh, that's just kind of sad. You know, tragic all around. Obviously don't want anybody to have any of their stuff stolen, especially, you know, some people may not have the money to replace what was stolen.
San Antonio police recommend the basics. Lock your car, don't leave valuables in the car, and don't leave bags or backpacks in plain sight. If you want to use that same interactive map, you can find it on KSAT.com.
Well, a resource center on the south side helping with food insecurity in the city. It is the resource center at Villa Coronado, and it does so much more for our community. It offers diabetes and computer literacy programs for seniors, and it's also where people get help creating their resumes.
We try to keep our seniors and our community active, getting resources to them, you know, whether it's transportation, whether, you know, they provided bus passes for people to go there, you know, to HEB or go to their doctor's appointments.
Well, the center has seen a rise in visitors because the need has increased. In fact, a visitor from every zip code in the city has stopped in this year. You can scan that QR code towards the bottom of your screen. That will direct you to a place where you can help or donate.
Well, the FBI has opened an inquiry into 6 Democratic lawmakers after they posted a video urging members of the military to defy illegal orders.
Well, President Donald Trump immediately called for these lawmakers to face arrest and trial. ABC's Christian Cordero has the details from Washington.
But that is not how our democracy works, and we cannot go down that slippery slope.
Today, 6 Democratic lawmakers are pushing back against President Trump's claims that this video shared last week warrants their arrest.
Our laws are clear.
you can refuse illegal orders.
The president accused the Democrats of seditious behavior punishable by death. The FBI is now looking to interview all 6 of the lawmakers in the video, including Senator Alyssa Slotkin, a former CIA analyst, according to multiple sources familiar with the situation.
The president's reaction and the use of the FBI against us is exactly why we made the video. He believes in using the federal government against his perceived adversaries.
The CIA accused Slotkin of using her intelligence credentials to advance a malicious and disingenuous political agenda. And now Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is zeroing in on Senator Mark Kelly, ordering the Navy Secretary to launch a formal review for what he claims is potentially unlawful conduct. Senator Kelly, a retired Navy captain, is the only one of the 6 lawmakers under the military's jurisdiction. Kelly on Jimmy Kimmel last night.
He can go after me under the Uniform Code of Military Justice, which is the law in the military, which is kind of wild because we recited something in the Uniform Code of Military Justice, and he's going to prosecute me under the Uniform Code of Military Justice. It is so ridiculous. It's almost like you can't make this up.
Hegseth gave the Navy Secretary until December 10th to complete his review of Kelly's comments. Each of the lawmakers stands by the video, insisting the law is on their side. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
New court documents allege that big social media companies like Meta, Snap, TikTok, and Google have been hiding research about the harm their platforms can cause to teens' mental health. The lawsuit claims these companies built features to keep young users hooked, boosting profits while knowing the risks. It also says their safety tools for youth have limited effectiveness. Spokespeople for Meta, TikTok, and Snap say the documents paint a misleading picture, and they're working to get the cases dismissed.
Well, Black Friday 2 days away now, and if you've been a dedicated shopper, you know the tradition has changed over the years. Still ahead, how you can best take advantage of online deals.
Plus, drivers in Texas are looking at a new requirement, what you need to know if you're registering or renewing your car.
All right, we are seeing sunny skies and beautiful weather, especially compared to 24 hours ago when we were in the 80s, now in the 60s, and even the aquifer is up a little bit, up 0.3 foot over the last 24 hours. When it comes to the pollen count, molds are actually high too, close to 2,000. That is not good news there. When we look at highs over the next several days, we're going to be enjoying a bit of a cool spell. Tomorrow, Thanksgiving only in the 60s. And then by Sunday and Monday, strong cold front drops those highs into the 40s on Monday. And Saturday, temperatures 70. That looks deceiving, though, because we do have some issues with this front moving through for travel across the nation and across Texas. I'll have a look at those dodgy areas coming up in just a bit.
Big changes at the Texas DMV could affect thousands of drivers. Starting immediately, anyone registering or renewing a vehicle must show specific photo ID, like a Texas driver's license, passport, military ID, or certain federal IDs. Critics warn the sudden change could prevent undocumented Texans from legally owning a car.
Do you remember when Black Friday meant lining up outside your favorite store at midnight? Well, those days are kind of gone. However, there is good news. There are still good deals online. So here's a look at the sales that have already started. Despite rising prices, predictions are that we will spend big this holiday season, hitting $1 trillion for the first time. Many holiday sales are in full swing, and there's still plenty of time to get a good deal. Just make sure it's actually a good deal.
If you want to know if something is truly a good deal, check out the product's price history with tools like Camel, 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 Honey, and Keepa.
So prices can change from day to day and even throughout the day, so knowing the price history can give you an edge. That's especially true for larger purchases such as electronics. Black Friday usually has great tech deals, and Consumer Reports says it is the best time to get a TV.
Prices may go up after Cyber Monday, so be ready. Know what you want and how much you're willing to spend.
And sales go well beyond tech.
So nearly everything is on sale. You've got small appliances like coffee makers and air fryers, even vacuums and mattresses.
As you're playing the pricing game, don't forget about price matching.
Some only price match between their own in-store and online prices, but others will match competitor prices.
A little research now can help you keep more cash in your pocket. Well, many retailers, including Amazon, Target, and Walmart, also extend their return windows into January.
So there's plenty of time to return gifts if they aren't the ones you wanted, which I am all for. If you don't like the gift,
get something you want.
can return it, get something you want.
And I was just talking to you guys about how we have found some good deals, you know, but it's still kind of pricey this year.
It is. It's very pricey. It's very pricey.
So good luck to everybody shopping over the next few days.
Be good to yourself.
This weekend is a weekend that you might want to shop on the phone because it's going to be kind of all over the place over the weekend. Damp on Saturday and then a strong cold front on Sunday. But let's get you through your Thanksgiving as we take a look outside right now. Beautiful blue skies, 64 degrees in San Antonio, 61 in Boerne. We still have a wind from the north at about 10 miles per hour. But the thing is, those gusts have really come down. We're really not seeing any gusts of over 20 miles per hour anymore. And for the rest of the day today, I fully expect for us to see winds gradually calm. We're going to reach 67, though, for the high. Compared to yesterday, that's impressive. Yesterday, we reached 84. So we're going to be almost 20 degrees cooler today than yesterday. And then in the evening, with clear skies, calm winds, dry conditions, we're quickly going to cool down. Take a look at this. By midnight, we'll already be in the 40s. And as you're planning your Thanksgiving, if you are planning on smoking a turkey or a brisket early in the morning, look how cold it's going to be. We are going to see morning lows in the upper 30s in the hill country, in the low to mid 40s around San Antonio. So bundle up early in the morning. That cup of coffee is going to feel really good on the porch. As we take a look, though, at the day tomorrow, a beautiful day. We'll be looking at a high temperature of 66 tomorrow. So really nice, kind of fairly average for this time of year. And now what I want to do is I want to talk about the travel forecast. Maybe you have friends and family that are going to be leaving over the weekend, or you're planning on leaving over the weekend. Let's start with Friday. So again, tomorrow's going to be a beautiful day, but by Friday, look how cloudy it gets across the state of Texas very quickly. Now, we're not going to see a lot of rain on Friday, so that is good news. But it's going to be cloudy with a high temperature of only 60 degrees in San Antonio. There might be a few sprinkles toward the evening with some drizzle. So if you're planning on heading back home or leaving on Friday morning, you should be good to go. It's by Friday evening that we start to see some areas of drizzle. And look what's on the horizon, a strong cold front. That cold front, though, not moving through San Antonio until Sunday. That being said, here's a look at Saturday, another busy travel day. Saturday, we're going to have some storms across North Texas and across East Texas. Around San Antonio, we expect some drizzle. So not a lot of rain, but just kind of a damp day on Saturday with a high right near 71. By Saturday evening, that's when we're going to start to get some of those storms across East Texas and then a lot of snow across areas in the Midwest. I think there's going to be some major travel implications toward the second half of the day on Saturday across the nation, and especially on Sunday, because frozen precipitation, snow, sleet, those kinds of things expected at Chicago O'Hare, and that is where, you know, we have a huge hub as far as airlines go. That being said, Sunday itself around Texas is going to be a fairly quiet day. So if you're hitting the roads on Sunday or you have friends and family that are leaving on Sunday, I don't expect any rain across the state of Texas. But what I do expect are very gusty winds from the north. So if you're traveling east to west, watch out for those high profile vehicles, trailers, and hold on to the wheel tightly because it's going to be windy and straight up cold. On Sunday, our high is only going to be 56 behind that front in San Antonio, struggling to get out of the 40s in North Texas. And as for our weather behind that front, take a look at Monday. Our highs are only going to be in the 40s. So enjoy the sunshine today and tomorrow because for a few days there, we're going to be kind of trapped with gray skies. And again, Saturday kind of drizzly, not ideal for hanging up those outdoor Christmas lights. Again, fairly drizzly on Saturday, but still no major rainfall accumulations, unfortunately. So it's not even going to help out the drought.
Hate to hear that, but love that it's chilly.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Sarah. Well, a new study breaks down how our brains change in 5 stages as we age and why your 30s might be more important than you think.
Well, this just in, we are learning new details about a deadly crash that we told you about earlier that happened in Guadalupe County. So according to a release that just came in our newsroom, a Seguin police officer was involved in this crash. Authorities say that the officer was on the way to work when that person hit and killed a 67-year-old woman.
At this time, it's not known if the officer is facing charges, but police say they were placed on administrative leave. We will, of course, provide any updates on this crash at KSAT.com. Well, a new study is shining light on the human brain and how it matures as we age.
ABC's Lionel Moise reports that it turns out that the adolescent period may be more important than we thought.
This morning, a new study giving a closer look into how our brains develop as we age.
Welcome to the Eras Tour.
While this was not sponsored by the Swifties, researchers found the brain has 5 eras that are split by 4 turning points where the wiring and organization of our brain shifts. It happens at these ages 9, 32, 66, and 83.
We're sort of taking a Taylor Swift approach to brain development. The brain is constantly remodeling itself, improving itself, fine-tuning its connections.
From when we're born to when we're 9, scientists say we're in the childhood phase where gray and white matter grow rapidly. Next, the adolescence phase that lasts until about 32, which is longer than researchers previously thought. That's when communication networks are refined, leading to better cognitive performance. Scientists stress during this phase, it doesn't mean people in their 20s act like teens, but it is a major period of change.
The brain is undergoing a general pattern of reorganization and development, but certainly adolescence, as it pertains to our biology and our bodies and our psychological development, remains the same. And this also happens to be the years where a lot of mental health problems start to declare themselves. So I think that gives us a new sort of direction in terms of the research on this.
Adulthood is from our early 30s to 60s, and scientists say this is the biggest shift when the brain starts to stabilize with a possible plateau in intelligence and personality. Then at age 66, we start the early aging phase, followed at 83 with the late aging phase, both showing a decrease in brain connectivity. Scientists say this study, which looked at brain scans of thousands of people, could help research more ways to keep our minds healthy.
Doctors say we already know some ways to improve brain health, including exercising, eating healthy, sleeping, managing stress, and maintaining healthy relationships. Lionel Moise, ABC News, New York.